exercise in assessing a potential investment is to ask, could the world get by without this company? Most of the time, the answer is yes. If Target gets blown up, I'll go to Walmart. If Bank of America disappears, I'll go to Wells Fargo. If Facebook goes down, I'll pick up the phone. But if a handful of computer chip makers went belly up, the world would spiral into darkness. These days, the entire world is run on semiconductors. Chips are, hands down, the most important goods the world has ever known. They are the fuel powering every facet of modern technology. And semiconductor sales have only gone one way our entire lives, up. But guess where most of the chips are coming from? From Taiwan. Taiwan makes around 60% of the chips in circulation globally. But as an independent island nation of 24 million people, separated from mainland China, Taiwan is still being claimed by China, who wants to bring it under its control. China's heightened military presence in the South China Sea already poses a threat to all the surrounding nations, especially Taiwan. As a result, governments around the world are looking to simplify their chip supply chains and build more capacity closer to home. As nations around the world offer cash or massive tax breaks to chip fabs, new fabs are in the planning. Intel and Samsung are planning giant new US fabs. Texas Instruments is expanding into Utah. Likewise, Europe is looking to support chip makers. Germany and France both want a new Intel plant. Overall, chip makers could receive $100 billion in direct payments and tax breaks in 2022 alone. This localization is a boon to Lam Research, the global leader in the production of equipment for memory chips. As demand for faster, smaller, more powerful, and energy-efficient electronics increases, Lam continues to develop more sophisticated capabilities. Its innovative technology delivers a wide range of wafer processing tools needed to create the latest chips and applications. Lam Research sells 23 families of products. These unique tool sets are backed by 3,300 US patents, with a steady stream of new patents on the way. Lam Research poured $1.5 billion into research and development last year. This kind of investment ensures that Lam Research is secure in its #1 position in designing cutting-edge tools for the making of more advanced memory chips. The demand for Lam Research's machines is already soaring. Over the past 2 years, sales to chip makers like TSMC and Samsung have doubled. With all these proactive measures, Lam Research has grown its sales by 20% a year on average over the last 5 years. Since 2016, the company has more than doubled its sales from less than $6 billion to nearly $15 billion today. And with dozens of new plants coming online in the coming years, this trend is only getting started. Last year was a banner year. The company grew its sales by 46%. I love businesses that are growing fast. But I also love businesses that scale, that is, get more profitable as they grow. While its sales grew 46% last year, its per-share earnings soared 80%, and that was no fluke. The company consistently grows its earnings faster than its sales, year after year. Its per-share earnings are up 5-fold over the last 5 years. The company also consistently generates sizable free cash flow margins. Over the last 5 years, it has turned 23% of its sales into free cash flow on average. How does Lam Research do it? It starts with fat profit margins of around 25%. Next, it only spends around 2.5% of its sales each year on capital expenditure. It doesn't have to spend much on capital expenditure, things like building new factories, buildings, or equipment. Lam Research then uses its free cash flow to reward shareholders by paying dividends and buying back its own stock. That's a good sign. When a company buys back its stock, every remaining share rises in value. By this means, Lam Research has cut its share count by 18 million shares over this period. I expect this trend of reducing share count to continue, which will generate faster EPS growth than revenue growth, which in turn will boost its share price. With Lam Research, you're investing in a growing industry with major tailwinds behind it. We can confidently forecast that Lam Research's double-digit EPS growth and multiple expansion will drive up its share price by 5 times over the medium term.